What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. It is NBA Finals Game 7 day, and not only is it that, it is also Kevin Durant trade day. Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets. This is a massive W for the Houston Rockets, in my opinion, based off what they gave up to make this happen. So let's go ahead and jump in and do a Kevin Durant Houston Rockets rebuild in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs, and it would be greatly helpful if you're not subscribed and watch this video if you hit that subscribe button to help us reach that goal. So I just got done literally recording an Oklahoma City Thunder rebuild. I just basically recorded it, even though we don't know who's going to win the championship tonight, obviously, as I was recording this. And I was going to record the Pacers one today as well, but that might have to wait till tomorrow morning. I don't know yet, but before all that, or after all that, Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets, of all things. So I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be traded today, because I just wanted to focus on Game 7. But of course, that is not what happened. So let's talk about the trade compensation, obviously. So Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green, the 10th overall pick in 5 seconds for Kevin Durant. This is a slam dunk home run for the Houston Rockets. You give up Jalen Green, who was not very good in the playoffs. Dillon Brooks, who is a solid player, but obviously has his inconsistencies. And then they trade the 10th pick, which obviously it's a valuable pick and all, but they didn't even have minutes for Cameron Whitmore or Reed Shepherd last year. So adding another young player to this team didn't really make a ton of sense. So I think this is a slam dunk trade, like I said, for the Houston Rockets, and they should feel very good about what they just accomplished. For the Phoenix Suns side of things, I'm going to wrap it up shortly by saying I have no idea what they're about to turn this team into. I don't know how this team becomes a contender with Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker is probably better off requesting a trade. That's just my initial first reaction, but I'm willing to change that opinion if the Suns do something that impressed me, but I'm not really sure that return is going to turn you into anything anytime soon. With that all being said, let's go ahead and get started with this rebuild, shall we? So Ime Udoka, of course, just got a new extension for the Rockets too. But we no longer have a 10th overall pick. We instead, I don't even know if we have a first at all anymore. No, it's just a late second. So I'm going to let the assistant GM take over the one there. So Coleman Hawkins, sure. Player options, I don't even know if we're supposed to have that. Now, I will say, I have no idea what's about to happen with Fred VanVleet's contract situation. I don't think that's been answered yet, but I am going to go ahead and decline it because $45 million is a lot of money. I know it's it would be an expiring contract or whatever, but I think I'd rather re-sign him cheaper, basically. And the fact that the Rockets didn't have to trade Jabari Smith kind of surprised me too, or Tari Eason, or Reed Shepherd, or Whitmore. The only young player that they touched was literally Jalen Green, and that's it, which is just wild. Roddy, Dante, and McVay, I'm not too worried about them. And then for free agency, we have Jae'Sean Tate, Jeff Green, and David Roddy all as free agents with bird rights, which I don't think we'll worry about any of them. I may resign Fred VanVleet to like a shorter contract where he's making less money. I think I'm cool on that. So we'll definitely can do that. We're gonna front load the contract too. So we'll resign Fred VanVleet. I don't have an issue with that, bringing him back to Houston for much cheaper. Don't know if that's what he'll do in real life. Like I said, maybe they'll accept that option. I don't know. We have Fred VanVleet, Reed Shepherd. We have Cameron Whitmore, Nate Williams. We have no small forward, but obviously this is subject to change because we got like four guys that we want to play in the rotation at the power forward spot, which that will all be figured out. And then Steven Adams, of course, got an extension in real life too, so that's fun. But I think that's all we're really going to do this offseason. We basically only just re-signed Fred VanVleet, and after that, we just got to kind of figure out what the rotation is going to look like. So let's go to player progression, and obviously Durant is going to start to regress here. The thing I want to do, though, since he did already regress maybe down to a 91, I want to push his peak in age up. I do this every single time. Some people complain about it, but I think Durant regresses maybe a little too much. And if this video is going to have some shelf life, we need Durant to be as good as possible for as long as possible, because if he starts to keep going down, then this video is not going to go anywhere. So let's go ahead, get into this rotation and how maybe I can see it going in the next season. We'll have everything figured out once I show you guys what we're going to do. So Power Rank has a 6th overall, and here is the proficiency. So we're 3.5. So this is kind of what we're going to run right now. So it's going to be Amin Thompson, Tari Eason in the backcourt together with Durant, Jabari, and Şengün, I think, is kind of what we're going to have it be. Now, it wouldn't shock me in real life if this was different. Obviously, maybe you still have Amin Thompson, like maybe have Fred VanVleet still starting Amin at the 2 with them. Maybe you have Amin Thompson at the 3, Durant at the 4. Like, there's a bunch of different things they could do. And obviously, their offseason is still going to be going. So it is all subject to change on what may happen. So we also are just going to run 9-man rotation because I don't feel the need to play David Roddy. Although, is there anybody else I want to play? No, not really. So Roddy doesn't need to play. Unfortunately, Steven Adams already regressed down to 74 overall. So Landale is getting more minutes than him, which is just kind of silly, obviously. But that is good old 2K for you. So I think I am going to go ahead and throw Adams in. Nope, that's not what I want. I am going to throw Steven Adams in over Landale because obviously Adams is the one getting the back of 5 minutes. It might hurt us, but realistically speaking, Adams is going to be the one playing, not Jocko Land. So we're going to run with this. Here are the shot tendencies. So Durant's is, a little lower than I'd want. So let's push that up maybe a little bit. Şengün's is pretty high. Then maybe I want to push Amin Thompson up maybe just a tad bit. And that's looking good. So I will see you guys at the end of year 1, unless if I do stop at the trade deadline. Don't know if I plan on doing so because obviously we're not going to be looking to make any upgrades because we have to re-sign Durant, and then Jabari's going to be a free agent. We also have Tari Eason who's going to be a free agent. So things are going to get expensive. So maybe that's all more of a reason to stop at the deadline to trade guys before they have to get paid. We'll see how things are going based off if we're good or not. Maybe we do make a decision to trade some players away or not. So the way this season just finished was pretty wild, and I'll explain why in just a second. Shea was your MVP, Ace Bailey is your Rookie of the Year, Giddey is your 6th man, Kessler Defensive Player, Riche Most Improved, and Luka is your Clutch Player, and Tom Thibodeau is your Coach of the Year, and here is your Executive as well. So the Knicks just continue to rehire Tom Thibodeau, even though he got fired, but once they fill that out, that won't happen anymore. It's foul, but here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. You get Şengün making it, which is pretty cool. Love to see that. 19 points per game from him. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. Amin Thompson making it already, which is very sweet. Okay, so we are the 8th seed, but I'm going to tell you why it was so weird in just a second, because we were basically a top 5 seed all season. We lost to the last game of the year, and we went from 5th to 8th. It was crazy. So I thought we were a locked and loaded playoff team, and on the last game of the season, we dropped to the play-in. 10 games over 500, which is just quite shocking, which is why I didn't make any moves at the deadline. We were like a top 3 seed at the deadline, and then we just fell off, I guess. So Durant with 24, 19 from Şengün, 16 from Amin Thompson, 15 from Kent Whitmore, 13 from Jabari, and 13 from Tari Eason, 7 from Kevin Durant. Okay, so we get to play Denver in round 1. Hopefully we're able to get into the actual offs here, which we do lose the first leg of the play-in. I meant to simcast that. We get the Lakers, though. So we get to play Luka Doncic and LeBron to get in. We're going to miss out the first year with Durant. That would really suck, honestly. Especially when this team was just a top 3 seed last year. But that may be what happens here unless we get back in this game, which we're not going to. So when I tell you, we went from 5th to 8th. On the last game of the season, I was not expecting to even be in this position. I thought we were going to be a playoff team and wouldn't have mattered. But damn, that was a crazy turn of events. So in the first season, we don't even make the playoffs, which is just terrible. Now, I don't think we would have won a championship. Oh, wow. Thunder Pacers again. Thunder beat them in 5 this time. But I don't think we won a championship this year anyway. But damn, that was disappointing to say the least. Okay, so for the lottery, let's see what we got going on here. So we have maybe a pick swap with the Thunder. I think maybe they have the right to swap with us or something. So we end up with, we have a pick at all in this draft? I don't know. So is it next year where we have the Suns pick as well? We got Hornets 1, Thunder via Philadelphia, and then Phoenix, and then Houston or Thunder have our pick. So maybe we don't have a pick swap with them at all. So looks like we don't have a pick in this draft whatsoever. All right, that's fine. So Ime Udoka, again, we're going to continue to keep him, obviously, even though I'm really disappointed that we weren't in the playoffs in the first season. That sucks. So yeah, no picks at all. Let's go to player options. Let's see what we got going on here. We got Amin Thompson. We're going to accept all of these. I'll even accept Coleman, Hawkins, why not? Roddy, Tari Eason, Jabari, 2 guys I would like to bring back, but we'll see what they're asking for. Free agency. So we got Jabari, Tari Eason, and of course Durant, who will be re-signed. So we're going to give him a 2-year deal. I imagine Durant won't play that much longer. So yeah, 2 years feels pretty safe with that. And then I think what I'm going to try to do is let these guys, try to, I guess, get to the last days as much as possible. Now, 2K wants to renounce them, which is really annoying. Not going to renounce them. So Durant will be extended for another 2 years, which is great. I imagine that's kind of what it'll be in real life too. So far, they neither one of them have like legitimate offers, but we're going to try to get that to day 12 and sign them for as cheap as possible. Okay, so before all that, I would like to upgrade our bench a little bit. I think we're just under the second apron. It'd probably be going up another year, but next year, obviously, Amin Thompson will be paid. But yeah, I think the game plan, it looks like Steven, or no, he's still here. Never mind. I was about to say, did Steven Adams retire? No, he did not. So I want to get a better backup 5 situation. Even though I like Adams in real life, 2K, they don't love him too much. So yeah, and then maybe even a better, well, preferably can maybe be traded somewhere too. We'll see. We'll see what we can kind of come together with, but I would like to get a good backup 5 in the building if possible. So I'm kind of looking at Gafford and Nicholas Claxton right now to see if I can pull one of those guys off. Obviously, they both be coming off the bench for us, and you can maybe even have lineups where you have Şengün next to one of them out there. So that's definitely something looking into. Gafford would be fun. I'm going to try for Gafford, but I do want to acknowledge it may be harder to pull this off. So I'm going to start with Steven Adams in the offer for salary purposes, and then Fred VanVleet. And let's say we traded, I don't know, let's say we traded like one of our future firsts that we have maybe in 2029, maybe for Gafford. I mean, it would give us a legitimate backup 5, but they do think they're contenders, so it might be hard to pull this off. And then, oh, okay, hold on. We're getting a little too crazy. So maybe Claxton's the better option. By the way, they're like mowing right outside my window right now, so I do apologize if you can hear that. But let's go to the Nets now. So Claxton should be a little bit easier to pull off, I would think. So let's say we just gave them their pick back for Claxton. That could make some sense, right? So yeah, just Claxton, Fred VanVleet, get their pick back. That's done deal. So Claxton's now going to be a and also he was probably with Ime Udoka too, so a reunion there also. We love that. So that's done, and now we can just focus on upgrade the bench with maybe Landale's contract. I don't know if Landale would net us anything, but I'm going to try anyway. So let's say we just did seconds. I don't want to attach a first next to him necessarily, unless like Schroeder's interesting. Okoro I wouldn't hate. Clark. What else we got? There is definitely some good offers here. Kolik, Goga Badotste. We already got our backup 5. And then they want to swap picks. We would get Max Christie, Yabusele, Deron Holmes. I'm trying not to trade a first here if I can avoid it. Buddy Hield. I mean, this one's interesting. We do have to trade a first. Don't know if I can get behind that. So Ben Simmons is, I guess, fun too. But yeah, I think I'll just hold on. We'll wait till maybe the deadline to do something about that. So the next plan of action is to, of course, like I said, re-sign these 2 guys. So once Tari Eason and Jabari are back, we'll have, you know, Kevin Whitmore off the bench, Grant alone, and then maybe we need a better backup 4 or backup 3 in general, or just a backup forward. So give me like, I don't know, we can go like Peyton Watson maybe for an MLE. So we'll do that if you can sign that, and we'll get these 2 guys back, which will be beautiful, and we should be good. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. So now day 12, what they're asking for, hopefully it's not too expensive. Jabari is asking for a lot more than I'd like to give him, but we got to bring him back. So I'm going to front load the contract like I usually do. So that's an offer on the table. And Tari Eason should be signed for like, maybe it has to be a little bit more. Let's say, boom. Okay, we should be able to get both of them back. So they're both signed back. We got Durant up to a 94, which is good. Thompson, 91. Jabari's up to an 88, so definitely worth the money. Whitmore, 84. Reed Shepard's up. Claxton ups, and Landale is down. So I would imagine we're over the aprons now, probably. We're getting close. Yeah, we're definitely over it now. So I think with that all being said, we're going to go into year number 2 with the expectations of being much better. If I do decide to use Landale's salary to make a trade, I will show you. But let's go look at the rotation first. So our 4.5 balance proficiency, which feels really good. I love that a lot. So we got Amin Thompson, Tari Eason, Durant, Jabari, Şengün, Whitmore, Claxton, Peyton Watson, and Reed Shepard. So that leaves Landale out of it, which is totally fine. So as I mentioned, if I decide to trade Landale at the deadline, I will show you. I would probably attach like some seconds with him to see if we can get something good to be offered up to us. But the hope and the expectation is that this time we're in the playoffs. Like, missing year 1 was just stupid. It was just an unlucky bounce for us there, where we went from the 5th to the 8th on the last day of the regular season. But hopefully this time there's none of that, and we'll be just fine. So at the trade deadline, I'm going to be trading Jock Landale along with 3 seconds for Tyus Jones to bring him in, just for an extra insurance player if we need him in the rotation whatsoever. So he's not going to play right away for us, although we could go ahead and run him this year. But I just wanted some extra insurance if guys, you know, get out of the rotation or whatever. So Tyus Jones is going to be a nice addition. 31-22 at the trade deadline right now. I'm hoping to keep this pace up and we'll be a locked and loaded top seed in the West. But if we know what happened last year, there's no guarantee that that's the case, but we'll see. At the end of year 2, Wemby wins MVP, AJ Rookie of the Year for the Hornets, Anthony Simons is your 6th man Wemby Defensive Player, Edgeco Most Improved, and Cass your Clutch Player. Mitch Johnson is your Coach of the Year, Phillips is your Executive, and here's your All-NBA First Team. So no Rockets here, All-NBA Seconds, none of that there either. We do get Amin Thompson making All-NBA Third Team on the last year of his rookie contract, so he's about to get a bag. Nice for him. And then Amin Thompson on Offensive Team. And that's about it. Okay, so we are the 3rd seed in the West going up against the Pelicans. So this time we are a locked and loaded playoff team. So Durant still averaged 24, which is great. 18 from Amin Thompson, 16 from Şengün, 15 from Whitmore, and 14 from Jabari. Whitmore, I do believe, is going to be extension eligible. And then same thing with Amin Thompson. So gonna be a little rough here on how expensive this team's gonna be, but that's just the, you know, amount of young players that we have right now. So New Orleans in round 1. Hopefully we don't lose to them. I'd like to see this team go far. How did they end up with Maluwak and Trey Johnson? That is my question. So Trey Johnson 7, Maluwak 11. Wait, how did they have 7 and 11? How did that happen? Or maybe, or he just signed, he got waived, it looks like. Who did he get drafted by? Let's see. I'm so confused right now. Trey Johnson. I am very confused. I don't know how they pulled that off. Huh. Not, or maybe he just didn't play for his former team that he got drafted to, because there's no way Pelicans had 11. Weird, because that's the Blazers pick. I don't know what's going on. The Blazers, I guess, waived him. So game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. So far, so good. Unless the Pelicans plan on coming back from 3-0. But we beat them in 5. We're on to the second round. So we get OKC or Dallas. Funny enough, I'd rather play the Thunder. Dallas scares me in the 2K sim. And there they are. They're coming. It is Dallas. So that's what's going to happen. So Dallas Mavericks in round 2, who have Ace Bailey, Sensabaugh, AD, Lively, Gafford, Kyrie Irving, Hardy, and Max Christie. So game 1 goes to the Mavericks. Game 2 goes to them. Dude, they're so OP in the 2K sim, man. It's so annoying. Okay, so they beat us in 5 in the second round. So we got Dallas and Minnesota, Pacers and Wolves, and the Wolves go on to win the whole thing. Make sure Durant doesn't retire on us, and he is trying to, so we'll give this... So we basically have one more season for this rebuild, basically. So I'm glad I double-checked that, because that would have been annoying had I not checked that out. So Durant's going to stick around for one more year. We got to make sure this is an all-in season for this, because, oh, wow, we get the 4th overall pick as well, probably, or 4th best odds, and got the #1 overall pick. Absolutely insanity. Okay, I mean, we got to draft with it, right? We got to draft with it. So we get to add the #1 overall pick to this team, which makes Whitmore maybe more expendable, unfortunately, which I hate to do, but we're going to obviously pay Amin Thompson. So yeah, I think Whitmore is going to be walking. Well, he maybe comes back on his qualifying offer. I don't think I'm going to pay him this offseason. So #1 overall pick, I am going to absolutely take Tyron Stokes and not even think twice about it. Welcome to the Rockets, Mr. Stokes. But yeah, that feels good via the Suns, which I'm surprised the Suns didn't get this pick back, by the way. Very shocked by that. Reed Shepard will be accepted. Williams, obviously not really an issue. So yeah, the only thing I'm looking to do is probably just re-sign Amin Thompson to his long-term deal. And then Cameron Whitmore is going to have to come back to his qualifying offer. So I really don't think we're going to be able to do much of anything else. This is probably the team. We just added a #1 overall pick to this team, which feels great. So I love that. And now Whitmore hopefully will be back. Yep. Okay. So we got Amin Thompson 93, Şengün 90, Whitmore 86, Reed Shepard. I don't know how much Stokes is going to play, but he has been added regardless to the team. Not social media. That's not what I wanted. So Reed Shepard, Amin Thompson, Tyrese and Whitmore, Watson and Stokes now. So I guess it would be ideal if we could trade Watson for a power forward. That way we're just balanced. So, or I could, you know, obviously slide it, you know, Stokes or whatever. But let's just see if a power forward pops up. Bull, I guess, is power forward. PJ Washington. Maybe we just move Stokes down and keep... Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do with these offers. Okay. Well, let's go into this next season and let's see if third time is a charm, shall we? Because Durant already tried to retire, so this is probably the last season no matter what happens, based off this being a Durant Rockets rebuild alone. The only thing that's changing here is, I guess, Peyton Watson's getting the boot out of the rotation. It's going to Stokes now instead. And then also we have Cam Whitmore starting over, I guess, Tari Eason now, which is fine. I mean, either way, both of them are incredible players for us. So I will see you guys at the end of this season. Hopefully, like I said, third time's a charm. Adding a #1 overall pick to this team should be helpful. We'll see how we finish out. So at the end of this season, before we go into that, we have John Gambo, which most of you guys know, or I don't know how to say his name actually, but he says the Suns do not plan to trade Jalen Green. He is expected to play alongside Devin Booker in the backcourt. Apparently, the Miami Heat wouldn't include Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith, or the 20th pick, or other draft sets in a deal for Kevin Durant. Pat Riley is out of his damn mind, dude. I don't know what is wrong with that guy. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Johnson's your Rookie of the Year. Trae Young is your sixth man. Movie defensive player. Chris is your most improved. And Luka is your clutch player. And Ime Udoka is your Coach of the Year. So we did have another good season. Amin Thompson makes an All-NBA first team. So he is, you know, developing extremely well, which is not surprising. He's a stud. All-defensive first team for him again. And we end up as the first team in the West this time. So Dallas is on the other side of the bracket, thankfully. I don't want to deal with them. Is San Antonio on the other side too? Yeah. Still only two. Well, Minnesota OKC scare me a little bit too, but we'll see. So 25 points from Durant, 20 from Amin Thompson, 19 and 9 from Şengün, 17 from Whitmore, 10 from Jabari, 10 from Tari Eason, 8, 8, and 6. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. The hope and the prayer is that we make it to the conference. Well, I want to win a championship this year, obviously, because this could be our final chance to do so. So the Warriors have Giannis, and that's about it. I mean, they have Randall too, don't get me wrong. But if we lose to this team, I'd be very upset. So we're up 2-0 so far. Yeah, it's looking good because they have literally nobody starting in the backcourt at point guard. Curry is gone. So it's going to be the Timberwolves in round 2. New Orleans beat Dallas. So that's Lakers beat San Antonio. Please beat them. Oh my gosh, this could work out for us. This could work out. Well, Minnesota's scary. Let me not discount Minnesota. Minnesota's a good team, but they have Tyler Hero, Edwards, Medinos, Keegan Murray, and Rudy Gobert, and Dillingham off the bench. Okay, let's lock in. Game 1, Timberwolves. Even it up, though. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Beat them in 5. Yes, okay. So we're going to have to deal with the Spurs or the Mavericks. We beat the Pelicans last year pretty easily, right? So let's do that again, shall we? Let's see if we can get to the NBA Finals. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4. Oh boy, the Pelicans trying to make something happen here. I really would love nothing more than to beat them right now because this is our chance. Even the NBA Finals is looking like it could be in our favor. Who is it? The Bulls? Did I just see that right? Or is it the Nets? It's literally the Chicago Bulls without Luka Doncic. Bro, oh, Jokic is there though. Okay, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Just focus on this game 6. Do not go to a game 7. Let's just avoid a game 7 at all costs against the Pelicans. And it's looking good. We're blowing them out. We're looking good. We're chilling. We're vibing. So we're going to the finals. So, I was about to say, we're playing the Chicago Bulls of all teams. Like, we should be able to win, but the Bulls have Jokic, but they don't know what we have. We have baby Jokic, as they say sometimes. Or is that what they say? I don't know. But we are going to, hopefully, win a championship. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. They stand no chance. We sweep the Chicago Bulls, and Durant gets to retire on a championship. Amin Thompson, 29-7. Absolutely beautiful. The development of, obviously, Whitmore continued to help. Bringing in Claxton, Reed Shepard developed as well. Yeah, and then Amin Thompson, of course, becoming a stud. That also helped. So, I'm going to end there, guys, though. Enjoy Game 7 tonight, man. I can't wait to see what happens. I'll probably be dropping Pacers Thunder on Monday and Tuesday as well. So it should be 3 straight uploads for me. And then, of course, we have the draft on Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be streaming, unfortunately, which will be like the first time in years I haven't streamed on the draft. But we'll see. It remains to be seen. Thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.